The internet's just been slow today, man. I think overall. We're good. We back home, baby. All right. So, how much of what I said did the chat hear? Do you guys know any of it? No. Okay. All right. I guess there's some issues on YouTube today, as a few other streams had problems, but we should be good now. Let us know in the comment section. Are we good, or are you seeing any more issues? Let us know. Okay. So, the title of today's show is Bitcoin and Altcoins kick off Q3 with green candles. Well, technically one green candle, as if we're looking on the daily. But I just want to take a look. What are the ETFs doing? What is Wall Street doing? What's the sentiment like? Are they buying? And the last big day, it's been fairly paltry, okay? 80 million, 90 million. Now, relative to what we've typically... We're good? Oh. Relative to what we've been seeing with these $500 million days, $300 million. The last big one we had was March 17th, which we saw a little over $250 million of inflows. Outside of that, outside of 2 days, everything's been below 100 million, or it's been red. And you see the last 2 days, Friday and then yesterday, ending the month of March and ending quarter one, we saw negative inflow. So 93.2 million flowed out on the 28th of March, and then 60 million flowed out yesterday to close up the quarter. But there's some news on the horizon. One of them is this. MasterCard is looking for a way for consumers to transact Bitcoin and crypto. This is according to Business Insider. Now, I'm assuming this is real. I'm assuming this is not some kind of April Fool's thing, because this would be a pretty terrible... It'll be worse than the jokes I make on the show, is this April Fool's. But either way, we know that Bitcoin adoption is steadily growing and will continue to grow. Soon enough, you'll be able to go anywhere and have a stablecoin or Bitcoin purchase option with your credit card, with your bank account, with literally everything. And at that point, we'll truly be intertwined with the financial world. I want to talk about yesterday. So we're on our trading show yesterday. And, well, actually, yesterday in the morning show, I was looking at the XLM chart, and I was like, oh, shit. Something just kind of slaps you in the face. Like, this is probably a pretty good trade setup. And so we did. We entered a long, opened a long on XLM with 10x leverage, and our stop loss was right under 25 cents. And that one we actually closed. We closed up 40%. I think we made like 500 or 600 bucks on this one. And then the other one, and this is one I talked about on the trading show yesterday, was an ICP setup, an ICP trade. As you can see here, ICP trade initiated, 10x long, market price, at market price, stop loss was at $5.23. We saw a little bit of a dip. We entered the position and immediately we were in the red, but we closed it out in the green, 33%. In this market, I told you guys yesterday during my trading show, you take what you can get. 15 to 30% is a good trade. There's just a lot of uncertainty, and anything can literally turn in a matter of seconds and go the complete opposite way. And so we take all the wins we can. Why do I say this? I say this because, well, if you want to make money and you want to follow some of our trades and setups, you should join our Discord, get VVIP access. It doesn't cost you a thing, except you got to have an account with BuyDeFi and deposit $100 to trade for yourself. With that being said, I'll ask friend Robin over here. Friend Robin.
Oh, we're friends now?
You're right. Robin, thoughts on this, and then just your thoughts on what we're seeing in the market today.
I don't know why MasterCard news isn't bigger than it is. I mean, I saw it. I saw it on multiple feeds during.
I think a lot of people are like, is this real? You know what I'm saying?
Well, that came out yesterday.
I saw it posted today.
Oh no, I was looking at that yesterday. So news dropped yesterday.
Okay, go ahead.
I saw it last night. Okay. So I guess West Coast time. Anyways, yeah, I got a hold of this last night, and I don't know why it's not bigger than it is, right? MasterCard using crypto for parts of its service. It seems to make a lot of sense, right? And I know you swipe your credit card. First thing when you swipe your credit card, you always get this idea that like if you need to reverse the charges, if all of a sudden your credit card is swiped on the wrong table, has that ever happened before? Like,
Yeah.
I went to a restaurant I want to say the other day.
I've done it before.
Probably like 8 months ago. I went to a little sushi restaurant and they charged the next table over or something. And my God, it took me like a week to get my money back. And I'm just like,
I can do that.
You see processing and processing and processing. They're not reversing the transaction. They're just going to send you more money through a blockchain network, right? And so the processing you see when you swipe your card, when you go to check your account, that's something that I don't know why we have that. It's 2024. Like I can video call my family across the planet, but you're telling me you can't tell one bank to another bank the money moved?
They do.
That takes 3 to 5 days.
Listen,
But yet I can blow kisses
listen
to all the lovely ladies out there.
The Sistine Chapel wasn't built in a day. Okay, it takes some time.
Yeah, okay, sure.
What's the saying? Rome wasn't built in a day. Okay, so this is always interesting to me, right? Rocco, if we can swap over to my laptop. Now, this is from CoinGlass. Bitcoin quarterly returns. Okay, now we take a look. Now, obviously, nothing is going to repeat itself, right? History rhymes, doesn't always repeat. And when we have a negative Q1 outside of bear market year, so 2022 was a bear market year, 2018 was a bear market year, 19, 20, 21, 23, 24, 25, we can say they're a bull market or kind of not bear market years, right? So you look at those years when we had a negative Q1, let's look at 2020. Minus 10.8% in Q1, Q2, 42% in the green, 17% in the green in Q3, and 168% in the green in Q4. Look at 2016. This was negative 3%, and then Q2 was 62%, Q4 was 58%. And then when you look at Ethereum, Q1 typically was the highest return on average at 77%. And we had our second worst quarter one ever for ETH. And so I think Q2 is going to be a big quarter, not just for Ethereum, but for all of crypto. I have said this. I think we get a big rally in Q2, get a little bit of a cool off in Q3, and then going into the end of the year in Q4, I think is going to be an absolutely explosive rally.
You know, you're over here. Wait, you're on this macro look, right? You're on this Q1, Q2. You know, I've been busy this morning. You know, technical difficulties. You know, we got a new studio being built in the back. When the hell did Bitcoin get to 85,000? I woke up this morning, it was like 83. I'm like, hello, big move. How you doing? I don't know why you're paying attention to the monthly. Pay attention to the minutely.
The minutely. Okay, fine. Since you prompted the Bitcoin.
There it is.
There you go.
You know, it's a nice, healthy candle. Look at that.
It is a nice candle. You know the important thing about this candle, though? It's got a lot of volume behind it. This is BTC on the 4-hour. Also of importance is this zone we had, this fixed range between February 27th and March 31st. Our POC, we reclaimed it with volume. So this is very good. Ultimately, right now, as it stands, unless we completely lose it and fall through, we have changed the intermediate structure of this chart. And it looks like we might be coming into a potential cup and handle pattern, right? We get a little bit of a handle to the downside. Now, where I'd be looking, if this does play out like we have it mapped out here, then you want to see a bounce at 84.1. If we can get bounced at 84.1, I am interested in a long. We are actually currently in a short position. So we had a limit order set at 83.9. And 83.9 was here, right? This was kind of like that last swing high we had before we had that big drawdown. And I expected the price to get rejected here and actually form a cup and handle going back to the 28th of March. Or excuse me, 28th of March, so last Friday. Coming to cup and handle and kind of do something and then break to the upside. This thing took it to the previous week high, and it's looking to form a potential cup and handle here again. With this one, looking at entering at 84.1, depending on what price does. But so far, so good. volume, momentum waves cross to the upside, and our smoothed over stochastic oscillator has turned green. All very good. We can actually throw on our market cipher A as well and see what that's happening. So we did get this indicator here. This signals whatever trend it is in. It's showing a continuation, right? It's showing momentum that way, and so obviously the trend now is up, and so we're seeing momentum there. The area I'd look for a potential, if we do get another big pump, 86.5 would be the level I keep my eye on. If we can reclaim 86.5, my friends, we're looking at a value area high of 87.7. Once we reclaim that, I mean, 92.5, we clear that, 100K, FOMO rally comes in. It's a very busy chart. Normally my charts aren't this busy.
A lot going on. Looks like my daughter's fifth grade love you dad letter for her birthday, you know, the one that's on the fridge with 12 different crayon colors and stick figures.
It's annoying when your kid does something 20 times and says, Dad, looks like I've seen it 20 times, bro. I don't need to see it again. Then you have to sit there and look.
Yeah, see, I'll just throw that thing in the trash. Be like, start again, girl.
It's fucked up.
That's bad. Come on.
Dick.
How you ruin the child?
Maybe with my kid, my sons, my daughter, absolutely not.
Nah. Yeah,
she knows
I'm
better.
way nicer to my daughter than my son.
Same.
Yeah.
My wife always gets mad that I don't discipline my daughter, but I just can't. She just knows.
You know, I like to have long thought out conversations with my daughter. I'm like, you know what? This is why. This is how it is. Like, you know, my son, I'm like, what are you doing? Hey, life ain't fair, man. Get back in there.
My daughter one time.
He'd be like, but she hit me first. I'm like, she a girl, man. He's like, but she hit me. I'm not supposed to do nothing. Exactly. Don't make sense. I know it don't, but you can't do nothing. You just gotta take it.
So my daughter was around 4 or 5 years old. She's 7 now. My wife always gets mad at me for not disciplining her, and so she thinks she can get away with everything. And I don't like raising entitled kids, spoiled kids. Anyways, she did something, and my wife's like, "Are you gonna say something?" I'm like, "Ella, come here." Comes downstairs, and she has this little puppy eyes look. She's like, "Dad, I love you." I'm like, "I love you too, but come here." Blah 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 blah. She's like, "Dad, do you have nipples?" I'm like, "What?" And so I start laughing, and as soon as she sees that smile crack my face, she knows she has me. And so I look at my wife like, "I'm sorry, dude, I can't. I'll handle the boys. You handle the little girl."
Sounds like a similar conversation we have, but minus the nipples. And then, I spent a lot of money. We ordered some new lights. Don't be mad at me.
You know what's funny?
Here's a lollipop.
When I tell my wife, yeah, we spent this much on lighting. She's like, on lights? I'm like, trust me, dude. When we first bought them, when we first set up the studio, I was in shock just as much as you are. People just don't realize how expensive audio and video equipment is. But I do want to share this. Now we're going to keep it a little lighthearted today, in light of April Fool's Day.
I'll just be honest with you. We don't know what is real or fake for news. So, you know what? We're just going to give you our own news, which is our studio's upgrading.
Yeah. I walk into the studio today and there's always more and more Amazon packages. I'm like, did the Easter Bunny come again? And so I'm like, what is this?
Literally, the guys in the back are like, can you stop ordering stuff for a week?
They literally said,
they're like, we're trying to hang lights here. It's just more and more boxes.
So this is, I walk into the studio and this is what I walk into. Well, what do we have here? It's like every day something new comes in. All right.
That one's money.
It's gotta be something important. It's pretty massive. Sure is.
Behringer X32. What's up,
soundboard is here. The Behringer X32. Lots of inputs in here. And so we'll be hooking this up this week as the back area construction is almost
place is
gonna
finished.
look sick, by the way, guys.
Putting up those sound panels.
Those of you that are going to be here for Bitcoin Vegas,
up.
we're putting the invite list together for our party. And so we'll be sending those out. Also, if you are coming to Vegas, you haven't bought your ticket, they raise the prices, I believe, every Friday. And so there is a link in the description of our video. It's going to be a lot of fun. No one parties like Vegas does. Plus, you get to come hang out with us, man. Come hang out with us. It'll be a really, really fun time. We have a lot of exciting things planned.
And if you get a whale pass or industry pass with the coupon code OLA, which will save you 10%, as mentioned, We'll get together. We'll hang out. So for all of our whale,
Lounge.
what's that?
Cigar lounge.
Let's do that.
Some old fashioned.
You know what? We're gonna go ahead. We're just gonna book this one right away. Okay.
Book it.
If you buy, how about this? If you buy a Bitcoin pass with our code, send us a receipt, and then we'll all go to a cigar lounge. Caesar's Palace has a nice one. Resort World has a nice one.
Are we talking about industry and whale or all of them?
For all of them. Let's go.
All of them.
Well, no.
It's a lot of people.
Are we picking up the tab?
We're picking up the tab.
Okay. Industry and whale only.
It's got to be an expensive.
Yeah, so industry and whale only. Cigars on me. So,
but you will. You'll be guaranteed to be invited to the party, no matter what pass you buy. For our party here in the studio. So
so if you bought a ticket, shoot us a receipt. Or it's you can always upgrade too. You can, later on, get the whale pass later. The whale pass is pretty badass. You know, you get to go to all these like concerts and after parties.
You want to talk about rubbing elbows?
You get like free drinks at a lot of the like events. So you leave if you've never been to Bitcoin conference. So you'll have all these different parties all over the place, and then when you go in, you got your whale wristband, and then once you go in there, they usually have a little designated area for you where you get like free drinks.
It's pretty dope. We went. We got them 1 year.
The whale pass is expensive though.
Is what, 10 grand?
Yeah, not quite. It's like 9,000. Oh, I mean, you know what? It'd be like 8,000.
That's not bad.
It'd be 8,000 with the coupon code. But hey, you know what? If you're a baller, why not?
Shot collar, 20-inch blade, 20-figure portfolio. Anyways, we're getting so off topic here. Okay. Let's talk a little bit about the Trump family and what are they grifting in now? I have a video, and I believe Rob has a video. What? What are they grifting?
That's the same video I got.
Oh, this is the same video?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I have a video, and Rob doesn't have a video. Let's play the video I have.
Lawfare, and that's what opened my eyes. I mean, I'm a hard asset guy. My entire life has been building real, hotels, golf courses, real estate buildings, right, commercial buildings, etc. That's what I've done. If there's anybody's eyes who shouldn't have been open to the world of cryptocurrency, it was mine. Other than I realized the power that these banks had, and I realized how they were exerting that power, and they were canceling businesses all over our country. It was political. It was forced. They were targeting people that they didn't like. It wasn't fair. And then you realize that there's not a single thing that those banks do that can't be done better, cheaper, more efficiently, faster on blockchain. I mean, why is it that the modern financial system runs 9 to 5 Monday through Friday? Why is it, Maria, that if you want to go get a loan and you've been banking with a certain bank for 30 years, it would probably take you 100 days to go do it, and you'd be filling out antiquated paper forms? It doesn't make sense, right? And again, that's why I fell in love with crypto, and I truly believe that Bitcoin is one of the greatest stores of value. Immediately liquid, an unbelievable hedge against real estate, and
also, you know what pisses me off? Why do I have to go through a credit check and prove my income to borrow money against my own house?
I did that.
Seriously, bro. It's fucking annoying.
I did a what's the home mortgage? The
HELOC.
The HELOC, yeah. I did the HELOC, yeah. Home equity line of credit.
Yeah.
Gave me a line of credit so I could buy stuff for the studio. They gave me a line of credit against my house. Took me a month. And bro, I had to get so much paperwork and stuff. And I'm like, yo, if I don't pay you, take my house.
Yeah.
Like, why are we doing all this?
It's
they were like, well, you got one credit card with $8,000 balance. I'm like, okay. What's the problem here? You need to pay it off. I'm like, I need to pay it off.
It's such bullshit.
They're like, it needs to be paid off. And I'm like, this can't be real.
They want you because they want you to refinance. But even when you refinance, you have to have good credit. And I'm sorry, but if I'm dipping into my home equity, it's either because I'm starting a new business, or I'm in the shits and I need help. And so it's just, but so I agree with everything Eric Trump is saying. What are your thoughts on that, Rob? And I don't think this was the same video.
It's the same video.
It's the same? Okay. They talked about getting into mining as well. Any kind of commentary or thoughts on this?
I mean, who doesn't agree with this narrative, right? I mean, who sits there and says, you know what, the banking system is absolutely running perfectly. Like, this thing is a well-oiled machine.
I like it. I want it back.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. Like at some point, you got to be like, duh. Like, I don't know, man. And so at the end of the day, I agree 100%. That was Eric Trump, right?
Eric, yeah.
Yeah. They all look the same.
Yeah.
But
Not really.
Eric,
Did you see
Trump
Tiger
Jr.
Did you see Tiger Woods is marrying Vanessa Trump?
Yeah. Or they get married? I thought they were
They're
just
getting-
kind of like
they're
banging
getting-
or something.
I think they're getting married.
Uh-uh.
Wow.
Anyways,
That
got a
Trump-
couple.
that Trump family, bro. Barron Trump is the boss.
Barron's a G, bro.
That dude is a boss.
Okay, this show today has kind of gone off the rails, but that's okay. We don't take Fool's Day. We're gonna have
April's
fun.
cool.
Did you see, bro? Did you see what? So they had a lip reader or a body language expert and a lip reader come in. Remember in Trump's inauguration where Barron walks up to Biden, leans in, shakes his hand, says something, walks away, and Biden's face looks like super confused.
Yeah.
So they decrypted what he said. He said it's on now.
Yeah, I saw that.
That was a gangster.
This is my favorite one right here, though. Take a look at this one. The two completely different. It's, two kinds of autism here. You got Barron Trump, and then Elon is like,
Yay.
oh boy.
Oh, man. So, by the way, although any ladies watching, if you're looking for a baby daddy, Elon will pay you $2.5 million as long as you don't bother him on X. That was interesting. A couple of super chats. One from Grid414 said, equal rights, equal fights. Yeah. I just got a soft spot, man. I can't help myself. Also, Nathan Lowmaster said, so, David, do you have nips? Prove it.
No, thank you.
Yeah, not for $20, my friend.
Not even for 200 or 2000.
You wanna see these?
Apparently, there's a price tag.
You want to see these pasty tea bags? You got to
Per nipple, not for both of them.
listen here, you pasty tea bag. All right, let's talk a little bit about some macroeconomics here. Rob, the Atlanta Fed has moved its projection down more. We're almost off the scale here. 3.7% contraction is expected for Q1 of this year in the United States economy. It started off at 4%, and then it went to 2%, and then it went to 0, and then it went to -2, then it came back up to 1.7 negative, and then now it's down to negative almost 4%. And then yesterday, I was on the computer, and I was looking at some trade setups, and, I was watching some videos, and then I saw, and I posted this in our trading group, I saw this. This was the 3-month Treasury bill, saw a massive spike. It was a 12% spike. Now it has since subsided, and I was like, you know what? How does Bitcoin perform when in relation to the Treasury markets? And you can see it's pretty much inverse for the most part. Once you start seeing this thing cool off, we see Bitcoin start to run. Once you start seeing this thing rise, Bitcoin starts to go down. And then we saw this yesterday, and we saw it on the 3-month, on the 6-month, and on the 1 year as well. So very interesting. Are people anticipating something? And so just something I kept my eye on. I expected the markets to actually turn red, but it did the complete opposite, which is why you can never be sure of really anything, to be honest with you. Robin, comments on the Atlanta Fed and the economy showing negative GDP growth.
This
is what people are looking at, saying recession.
You know what? The tariffs are here, right?
Well,
We're right.
It's Liberation
They're
Day.
here. We're at the doorstep.
Are we going to wear our Liberation Day outfit?
What is a Liberation Day outfit?
I feel like we should dress like hippies. Baggy cargo pants, get some some dreadlocks.
There's a few things I draw the line at: cross-dressing and
Cross-dressing?
and also
How was that cross-dressing?
No, I didn't say it was
Okay.
that and liberal that liberal costume, whatever it is. The people outside of the Tesla dealership,
They all have
absolutely not.
the colorful hell people?
Hell no, absolutely not.
That's
Those
where it
people,
crosses the
those
line.
people
Everything
are-
else is
those
fair
people are
game?
sick. Yeah, everything else.
Everything else is fair game, huh?
Everything. Dress up as a toddler. If you want to do the show as I don't know, whatever.
Okay.
across the
I
line.
just thought you wanted to celebrate Liberation Day,
Nope.
but I guess you don't.
We can all go throwing organic
Rocco, will you be
tomato.
celebrating
You leave-
Liberation
Yes, I was thinking to go and throw some organic tomatoes to a Tesla.
Organic. There we go. That was funny today. I like it. All right. Any comments on the economy here, Big?
Nah, I'm just the tariffs. They're happening tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't know what this means for in the long term. I think in the short term we're going to see price shock. Right. Bottle of Fiji will be now 25% more. So now that $3 bottle of Fiji will probably be about $4. And then all your vodkas, except for Tito's, are going to go up. Kia, if you own a Kia or Hyundai, which one? Toyota makes a lot of their products here. I was looking at the breakdown on cars. I think Kia, Volkswagen were like the top for the ones that don't make anything here in the U.S. And then
Kia.
and Ferrari and Lamborghinis, they don't make any. There's zero production.
You know, Ferrari
Not
just
even
say-
one part.
You see Ferrari just say, no problem, we're just going to increase the price.
Yeah, the people that buy Ferraris don't give a shit about 20%.
Ferrari just say, we're going to increase it, whatever is the tariff. 10%? Okay.
If you're
10%.
buying $1 million car, what's an extra $200,000?
Nothing.
I know that sounds outlandish to say, but if you got $1 million to spend on a
The
car,
problem is that the alternative is a Corvette. And the thing is, I'm like, absolutely the hell not.
you're an idiot.
If you hit it big in crypto and you buy a Corvette, get out of here. Go,
You got a problem with the Corvette.
go retire in Myrtle Beach, North Carolina. Go play golf with way too short of shorts. Wear your socks way too high. Drive your Corvette. Wear a fanny pack, and be the laughing stock of the rest of the world because you, sir, are a pretender.
What is going on today? Okay.
Like, okay, I just say, you hit it big, right? Let's just say Bitcoin's at 1.5 million, right? You're buying your supercar.
Buying.
Is there any chance on earth you buy a Corvette?
Maybe. If I get a good deal.
If I got a good thing.
Or if Chevy, it's Chevy.
Is there
right?
any chance?
If Corvette gets bought out by Toyota, absolutely. Yes. I'm a Toyota guy. What's the highest end car Toyota makes?
Would you rather have the F-150, the Raptor,
Yeah.
or Corvette?
Wrapped.
Even if the Corvette was
Actually,
like twice the price,
I don't like big trucks like that.
you're gonna get a Corvette, bro.
Yeah, you're right. I'll probably get a Toyota Celica.
You know what? You know what I saw one time? This is how bad people are that drive Corvettes. I was working in a restaurant. This guy gave me a credit card for me to swipe.
Now we know what.
On the credit card was a picture of him sitting on the hood of his Corvette.
That's pretty bad.
Guess what ethnicity he was?
He was Virginian.
He was definitely white. That's all I gotta say.
Okay.
Only a white person would do some dumb shit like that. like,
How was it?
first of all, you got a Corvette.
Was he a good tipper?
I don't remember. This was years ago. It was burned in my memory though.
Burned.
Now we know why you don't like the Corvette.
Because the guy sat on his car. Why can't the guy sit on his car?
Still
Because worst thing-
I will say that the new Corvettes look a lot better.
No,
There's a lot of cool
the new
things
one
you
they
can do
look
on
good.
top of a car, but
Never
yeah.
draw one.
Okay, let's talk about the state of the trenches. Okay. I was looking at this morning, and my first reaction was there's zero fucking chance. There is zero chance this is real, right? But then I was like, DoorDash just did it. You can like put your burrito on credit, right? Buy now, pay later. Why can't the trenches do it? And so here you go, PumpFi. Ape now, pay later. I think this is real. I didn't see anything to the contrary, even though it's April Fool's Day. I don't know. But either way, it's pretty bad when we have to even consider this being, hey, is this a real or a fake? No credit checks, monthly installments, and affordable trenching. Buy meme coins and pay in installments.
Wow. That's pretty bad.
You got to use collateral. I figure you would have to use collateral. I know there's not much details on here, but there's no way. There's no way that
How it works. Buy any meme coin or NFT on Pump. Pay a third immediately. Pay the rest over 3 months.
What is the collateral? Your cat? What is the collateral?
No, because I'm assuming you hold it on their platform,
Yeah.
and if you don't pay, they take your coins.
Has to be.
I don't know. It's just funny. Like, guys, if you ENS said, if that is real, I quit. I'm with you, bro. If you don't got the money, bro, don't buy a meme coin. It's gambling. Speaking of gambling, today's show is.
But hold on. But what if you buy it and then it 5X's and then you cash it out and then you pay off the loan and then you're on top? See?
Or you
just ain't thinking right, bro.
Or you lose it, and then the third you paid, it goes away.
Yeah.
Today's show is brought to you by Stake and Stake.us, the #1 social casino in all of the world. We're excited they're sponsored with us. You guys go to the description, sign up for an account, Stake.us, or if you're overseas, if you click on the link, it'll take you automatically to Stake.com. You can, I like to play poker on there, and some of the slot machines I like to play, just to have a little bit of fun. Obviously, when you're at a social casino, you don't want to put money in that you can, but you can earn free stake cash, and you can immediately convert that and redeem it for crypto. And so we'll be doing a video on this soon, kind of going over how everything works, how to actually redeem for crypto, and some of the games on there. So big thank you to Stake for bringing today's show. I want to kind of ask you, the title of today's show said, what to buy, right? Anything that you're looking at that hasn't rallied yet, that you're like, you know what, this is just lagging behind a little bit?
It's not so much the rally. I think it's more the pullback, right? I think Cardano really stands out for me here. It wasn't that long ago. You had Donald Trump tweeting or at least posting on his platform, which then gets reposted on X, but that they were going to start a reserve and put Cardano in there, also XRP.
They clarified that they were asked, why did you pick those ones? XRP?
He didn't ask. It was David Sachs.
Yeah.
David Sachs clarified that he just simply picked the top 5 coins, but it wasn't Donald Trump. No,
definitely wasn't Donald Trump. But yeah. They said it was just the top 5.
Yeah, which I mean, I guess makes sense if you take out, Tether. But interestingly enough, BNB wasn't in there. They're in the top 5. Saying,
well, they're not a U.S. company.
That's what I'm saying.
But gotta get love to the U.S.
I think Cardano makes a lot of sense right now. At current market price, it's under 70 cents. We saw it at $1.30 just a couple months ago, and with the altcoin market set to kind of take off again, it's very interesting because if you're to look back in 2024. In February, we had this big pump, right, in altcoins. Yeah. We saw Cardano get to 70 cents. Then we had a pullback, and it was this consolidation for almost a year. And then when did we get the next run up, right? When was the next big top? Well, that was in January, February. So it's just very interesting that it was almost a full calendar year from one to the other. So do you think that that'll happen again? Because here it was almost a year ago, dude.
Cardano's an explosive.
No, but that was the whole altcoin space. I'm just kind of just thinking about Cardano's price, and so is it going to be another 8-10 months consolidation before a big pop off on the altcoins again?
I think I'm not trying to be funny. I think that's the question everyone is asking.
Pattern will repeat itself? Because we went from Cardano went from 20 cents to 70 cents in a span of a couple months. Then it pulled back, was at 30 cents, 35 cents, got to $1.20, and then pulled back to 60 cents. But it was almost a full calendar year. I mean, for the most part, it was about a year later.
This is Bitcoin dominance on the daily. And so as long as Bitcoin dominance is gearing is this is on the weekly. As long as Bitcoin dominance is grinding up, altcoins stand very little chance. And so we want to see this thing collapse for altcoins at the very least. If you're a Bitcoin only person, this is great for you. You're great. Dominance 62%. Maybe it gets to 110% dominance. Who knows? I'm joking, of course. But you need to see this thing roll over and get to like the low 50s into the 40s for like a parabolic altcoin run. That's my opinion. But I don't know. I think, like I said, that's the question that everyone is kind of asking. I'm not trying to be funny here, but it's like, yeah, Bitcoin's been doing fine, but altcoins have been getting destroyed. And people feel that in their portfolios as they open up their portfolio apps every single day. So,
well, I mean, it depends on, you say destroyed. I think that's more the sentiment of the market. But I mean, is it not what we discussed was going to happen? Certain altcoins were just going to get left behind, not see any returns. And then other ones were going to pop off. I mean, we said it 2 years ago. We said it this year. We said it last 6 months, last 3 months. We keep bringing this back. Not all altcoins are going to rally. Not all your favorite projects are going to rally. Now, we've seen XRP do well. We've seen Cardano do well. We've seen Stellar Lumens do well. Those have all performed very well when you zoom out, right? But now, at the same time, there's losers. ICP, one of our favorites, not doing so well on price alone. Ethereum is just, when is Ethereum going to break out? Will it ever break out? I lean on I have a hard time believing that it's going to, in the long term or any sustained period of time, outperform Bitcoin. I think days or weeks, maybe months it will, but in the longer term, I don't know if it will. And so this is exactly what we thought it was going to be. But yet we sit here and be like, well, only Cardano and XRP and Stellar and then some other new coins popped up, and Solana broke out early, and then now it's trending sideways. And you know what? Hedera did well, but not Litecoin. And you know what? Uniswap is down, and so is Polygon. Like, what did you expect? We've been talking about it, bro. Has this been any different? Like, if you were to go in a time machine and say, if you were to go back in a time machine, David, and you were to say, hey, what do you think this bull market is going to shape up to be? You're still saying the exact same thing we were saying 2 years ago. Except for now, the losers, you're just like, I can't believe it. But that's the whole point, is that we said, hey, projects that you're in love with might not make it out. And I understand that Ethereum has been around for so long that like people just automatically assume it has to do well. And you know what? You could be that BlackBerry phone. That Blockbuster's been around. That Wall Street Journal that gets thrown at my doorstep every day from 1970 to 2004. It ain't going nowhere. Times are changing.
What the hell? Those are the good old days. Huh?
Yeah, so is it not exactly what we thought it was going to be? If you were to remove the names of the projects, if I were to say to you 2 years ago, hey, David, I think this bull market, Bitcoin's going to break out early, set new all-time highs, be right on track, and altcoins, 10% of them will perform very well. 20% of them will be right on par with Bitcoin, and then the other 70% are going to underperform. Wouldn't you expect? Wouldn't you say, yeah, that's exactly what I think is going to happen? And so if you just took the names of the projects off, now people are just over here floored. They're like, oh, just can't believe it. Near Protocol just hasn't 5x yet. ICP hasn't 5x. Polygon hasn't 5x'd. Filecoin hasn't went back to all-time highs. Cosmos is still bleeding. Is under number 50 in the market cap. It used to be a top 10. Like, this is what we thought it was going to happen. That's why we said, like, hey, pay attention. Go where the users are going. Go where the movement is going. Go where the transactions are going. Go where the community is. Because if you're on a little island where everyone's over here talking about how great it is, you're going to miss out, bro.
But what if you're an island boy?
Should I do it? Should I?
literally every single word that came out of
Should
your
I?
mouth. I am in full agreement.
Even the Ethereum?
No, not the Ethereum. You know, yes, we were talking about it, but I think when it happens, it's like, oh shit, it actually happened. And I didn't think Bitcoin dominance at this stage would be this high. I really did.
But you were the one yelling at me saying Bitcoin dominance was going to be this high like a year ago. And it's like you forgot your own narrative.
I wasn't, no, not really.
You don't remember our arguments where you said Bitcoin is going to outperform
I don't remember
everything?
yesterday's fucking arguments, okay? I do remember saying Bitcoin is going to outperform a lot of altcoins, which obviously would mean that the dominance goes up. But
you like change your narrative, and then you said
No.
Chainlink was going to outperform everything, and then
no, but this late, this kind of deep into the market cycle.
But
I don't know.
But don't you think that the market cycle is not the same? I know that there are similarities. There's always things that you can look back in hindsight and be like, this happens every time. Like, but now you got nations, institutions, states, and it's fundamentally different. There's not scared money buying Bitcoin. MicroStrategy is not going to sell off their Bitcoin. The United States isn't going to say, you know what, let's dump it. El Salvador is not going to be like, you know what, we're going back to the IMF. And that's where the money.
They did go back to the IMF.
They did, but they still kept buying Bitcoin. But anyways, my point is that market movement in the past was driven by people like me and you buying and selling, venture capital buying and selling, and then also going under, which makes them sell. And that has been the driver of the markets. Now the money is not that. The money is Wall Street. And when Wall Street crashes, banks go under. Businesses go under. That's what forces the liquidations and the crash and the forced selling. It's not, oh, Bitcoin's fake. It's a Ponzi scheme. Bitcoin's dead. We're selling it. That's what we've had in the past. Now it's a whole different game. Now it's just smart money just doing their thing, making money. And they ain't gonna sell
in a smart way.
And so I don't think you get the big volatile swings. So just steady, sustained growth over time. Bitcoin dominance rises. Eventually, easy, quick money is gonna go onto the hands of retail. They'll come in. When? I don't know. Probably later. People are broke right now. Thanks, tariffs. You're slowing the whole thing down too.
But you can also say thanks to FTX, as the estate is looking to begin paying major creditors with $11.4 billion in cash reserves.
You know, I saw a very interesting note because they're paying back the original price, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. So if your Bitcoin was, I think Bitcoin was at the time
like a 17K.
Yeah. No. Well, the snapshot I think it was like $20,000 Bitcoin for the price of payment at the time that they locked up funds. And funny enough, so if you're getting paid back, if you had Bitcoin, you lost Bitcoin. You're not getting paid the $85,000 that Bitcoin's worth. You're getting only 20. And if you had Ethereum at the time of the collapse was $1,700. And so now you're getting pretty damn close to your full retail value. So you know what? Can I get a round of applause, Rocco? We need a round of applause for Ethereum for being so stable that even in the market crash, when you get paid back, you still got the same price. Don't feel. Is it not a good thing that you held Ethereum?
Robin, I like that you're finding the positive in this thing. Right
now. Yeah, so you're getting paid back your full Ethereum price because the price hasn't moved in 3.5 years.
That's great. Anyways, this article states that business restructuring lawyer Andrew Dietrich, Derek, said in a court last week that the payouts are scheduled to begin on May 30th. Now, it's important to note, these are their main creditors, aka individuals and institutions that had millions of dollars stashed. So not your average person, but the people that had millions. So I don't know. There's really, it's pretty straightforward news. I don't have anything else saying it, unless you do.
No.
Let's talk a little bit about Ripple. Ripple's big plans for 2025, making XRP a favorite for the banks. Here are some key agenda items for this year. Number 1 is compliance. Number 2 is institutional lending, direct on-chain lending with under-collateralized loan options that is expected by Q3 of this year. Programmability with an EVM sidechain that is expected this quarter, Q2. Tokenization, multi-purpose tokens, and 4 RWAs and financial products. And then liquidity and trading, integrated liquidity pools, and a clawback feature for asset recovery. Optional feature allowing users to reclaim misused assets, aka stolen funds. Robin?
So, what's the headline on this?
Ripple's big plans for 2025.
Okay. I mean, it's all expected, right? I mean, it's not, you're not seeing anything. The clawbacks is interesting, though.
Anyone that's a necessity, I think. If they're going to work with banks on a national level, you have to have that.
Yeah.
You have to have some centralized features. I'm sorry. If you're going to work with the banks, you have to.
Yeah.
But any of these kind of stand out to you that are like, hey,
tokenization, I think, is even. We already know that. You talk about RWAs all the time. Stellar Lumens is the market leader on this sector, right? And it should have been XRP had they not been in litigation. And so I think that gap is going to close. I think a lot of money is going to come into the Ripple ecosystem through tokenization. Everything else, cool, compliance,
I think the institutional lending is pretty interesting.
That's cool. I mean, people are going to borrow money or whatever.
This is going to bring use to their RLUSD stablecoin, which will bring usage to XRPL.
It's all a net positive. So.
But now that again, as kind of Rob mentioned, there's no lawsuit. The kind of road is cleared out, right?
Yeah.
There's really nothing stopping them. I do want to give a big thank you. Today's show is also brought to you by Legacy Network and the Legacy Academy app. I did a short, and LGCT token has been one of the best performing altcoins. It is actually up 60% over the last 30 to 60 days. And you could have been earning it for free with the Legacy Academy app. You just go to the Google and Apple Play Store, download the app, learn a couple things, and earn some money. It's free. Free. Thank you so much. There's a link in the description of the video. Rob, I see a couple comments in here. We didn't talk about Casper today.
We did not. I put Casper in that blurred out thumbnail. And the reason is that once again, we find ourselves in this situation where I think a project is undervalued for its current price. You can say what you want about roadmap and long term, and you know what? It's an opportunity that we had. We called this one about a month ago. I think it was at 5 cents.
You were calling for a 5-cent Casper. I know you were.
Yeah, when it was at 5.5 cents, I was like, guys, I think this is a great time to buy. I feel like another little breakout here. And so I think that we're in a very similar position. And so just like a month ago, we broke out from 5 cents, went up to 8 cents, which is over a 50% run. I think that this 6 cents, I think it's going to break out. And I'm not as plugged into the charts. I'm just more of a sentiment, but I tend to nail these a lot of the times. And I have a really good feeling about this current price. You look at the 1 year, you would say to yourself like, oh man, I don't know about this, man, it's down. But I think a nice reversal here is in store, especially if we get Bitcoin to continue its rally. If we see Bitcoin get up to that 88, 90,000 range again, I think that would be a perfect scenario for see a Caspa breakout. I would keep an eye on Caspa over the next 2 weeks. I think that a 9-cent Caspa is around the corner.
I was looking at the chart, see if I saw anything. That'll do it for the show today. I want to thank you all so much for tuning in. Also, please go join, our Discord. That link is in the description of the video. We're actually going to prompt it in the chat here. Once you're in there, say hello. Also, if you want to get the VVIP access to join our trading group and get some of these trading signals that we've been talking about, it costs you nothing. Just follow the prompts in the welcome section of the Sin City Discord server. I'll be going live today at 2 p.m. Pacific time to break down some trades and charts. So join me there. And that's all I got. Rocco. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We appreciate every one of you. Remember, April Fool's Day lasts until 12 p.m. Pacific time, so don't get fooled. A lot of scams out there. Stay safe. Love you guys. See you next time.
Ciao a tutti. Hey Dave, I like your shirt. April's Fool.
Gonna show you how to get that big dough. So every day stay tapped in. For big facts, no capping. With Bitcoin, if you're in, then you win. We divide the pie with no fraction. It's Big Rob, David. I split the game, but they gave it. Name the coin that's your favorite. I got dry powder, why save it? To the OGs, new beginners. Special shout out to the well members. Buy a dip, sell winners. Ain't really nothing you can tell sinners. Tune in for the latest new flavors. They gonna teach us mean coins. They polarizing like barbecue chicken pizzas. I laugh with a major grin. Laggers, we trade them in. Baddies, they came to sin. And sinners gon' play to win. Screaming hola till my bags are flowing over. Hold ya to the moon and to the solar. Won't I? Don't be letting FOMO control ya. It's over when the finger tornado close ya.